On May 12, 2017, a Friday morning, inside hospitals across the United Kingdom, computer screens begin locking, one after another. A red warning fills the display. Your files have been encrypted. Patient records vanish behind a countdown timer, demanding payment in Bitcoin. Doctors can no longer access medical histories. Nurses lose access to test results. Ambulances are diverted. Surgeries are canceled. Emergency departments across dozens of NHS hospitals begin grinding to a halt. And it isn't just the hospitals. Within hours, the same attack is racing across the world. FedEx facilities, Spanish telecommunications companies, Russian banks, universities, government agencies. Computers in more than 150 countries begin locking almost simultaneously. By the end of the day, over 200,000 machines have been infected. It is one of the fastest cyber attacks the world has ever seen. But the most unbelievable part isn't how it spreads, it's how it stops. Not because of a government agency, not because of an intelligence service, but because a 22-year-old cybersecurity researcher, working alone from his childhood bedroom, notices something almost everyone else overlooks. And months later, in one of the strangest twists in modern cybersecurity, the man credited with helping stop the attack will find himself in handcuffs. To understand how this attack happened, you have to go back years before May 2017. Inside the United States National Security Agency, researchers discover a serious flaw hidden deep inside Microsoft Windows, a vulnerability in the way computers communicate across a network. Instead of reporting the flaw to Microsoft so it can be fixed, the NSA keeps it secret. They turn it into a cyber weapon of their own. Its codename, Eternal Blue. For years, Eternal Blue remains classified, used exclusively in the NSA's own intelligence operations. Meanwhile, millions of Windows computers around the world continue running with the same vulnerability, completely unaware that the weakness already has a name, and that one of the world's most powerful intelligence agencies has been quietly exploiting it. Then everything changes. In 2016, a mysterious group calling itself the Shadow Brokers begins leaking stolen NSA cyber tools onto the internet. Month by month, more classified exploits appear. Then, in April 2017, they release Eternal Blue, one of the most sophisticated cyber weapons ever developed by the US government. It's suddenly available to anyone with an internet connection. Microsoft, having received advance warning, quietly releases a security patch in March, a full month before the leak becomes public. But releasing a patch and installing it are two very different things. Updating an entire hospital network, a multinational shipping company, or a government computer system takes time. Time many organizations don't have. Some are still running Windows XP, an operating system so old that Microsoft had already ended official support years earlier. The vulnerability is now public. The exploit is freely available. Millions of computers remain exposed. The weapon is no longer secret. It's simply waiting for someone to pull the trigger. The malware is called WannaCry. What makes it so devastating isn't simply that it encrypts files and demands a ransom. It's the way it spreads. Until then, most ransomware depends on a human mistake. Someone clicks a malicious link, opens an infected email attachment, downloads the wrong file. WannaCry doesn't wait for any of that. Using Eternal Blue, it scans entire networks automatically, searching for unpatched computers. The moment it finds one, it breaks in without a single click, encrypts the files, then immediately begins searching for the next vulnerable machine, and then the next, and the next. It spreads less like traditional malware and more like a contagious disease. At 7:44 UTC on May 12th, the first known infections appear. Within hours, WannaCry is racing through computer networks in Spain, Russia, Ukraine, China, the United States, and dozens of other countries almost simultaneously. Nowhere feels the impact more immediately in the United Kingdom. 48 NHS trusts are hit. Doctors lose access to patient histories. Prescription systems fail. Medical scans become unreachable. Roughly 20,000 appointments are canceled as hospitals are forced to shut down large parts of their digital infrastructure. Across infected computers, the same message appears. Pay $300 in Bitcoin. Wait too long, and the price doubles to $600. Around the world, security researchers race to understand exactly what they're dealing with. One of them is about to notice something almost everyone else misses. His name is Marcus Hutchins. He's 22 years old, a cybersecurity researcher working from his parents' house in southwest England, known online simply as malware tech. While governments race to contain the outbreak, Hutchins does something much quieter. He starts taking the malware apart, line by line, trying to understand exactly how it works. Then he notices something that doesn't make any sense. Buried inside WannaCry's code is a request to a long, meaningless-looking web address, a string of random letters and numbers. Before the malware does anything, it tries to contact that domain. The address isn't registered. Nobody owns it. At first, Hutchins assumes it's nothing more than a tracking mechanism, or perhaps a placeholder left by the attackers. Curious, he registers the domain himself. The cost? Less than $11. He has no idea what he's about to do. Almost immediately, something extraordinary happens. The infections begin to slow. Then, they stop spreading almost entirely. Hutchins had accidentally triggered what researchers would later identify as WannaCry's kill switch, a hidden safeguard likely built by its creators to detect whether the malware was running inside a security research sandbox. If the domain responded, the malware assumed it had been discovered and shut itself down before revealing too much. By registering that forgotten web address, Marcus Hutchins had unknowingly activated the kill switch for the entire world. The attackers react within days, releasing new versions of WannaCry with different kill switch domains. Researchers race to register those as well. Eventually, a variant appears with no kill switch at all. But by then, the window has closed. Most vulnerable systems have already been patched, isolated, or taken offline. The worst of the outbreak is over. And a 22-year-old, working alone from his childhood bedroom, had accomplished in a single afternoon what governments around the world had spent days struggling to coordinate. In the weeks that follow, the true scale of the damage begins to emerge. The estimated global cost climbs into the billions of dollars. In the United Kingdom alone, the NHS ultimately spends more than $100 million recovering from the attack, rebuilding computer systems, restoring networks, and dealing with the thousands of canceled appointments left in its wake. But investigators notice something strange. Despite infecting hundreds of thousands of computers across the world, the attackers collect remarkably little money. Blockchain analysis suggests they receive only around $130,000 in ransom payments, a tiny fraction of the damage they caused. And even that offers victims no guarantee. Several people who pay the ransom never receive working decryption keys at all. The numbers don't make sense. If the goal was profit, this was an astonishingly inefficient way to make it. So investigators begin asking a different question. What if money was never the primary objective? In December 2017, the United States and the United Kingdom publicly answer that question. Both governments formally attribute the attack to North Korea's Lazarus Group, the same state-backed hacking organization linked to the Sony Pictures cyber attack and the Bangladesh bank heist. The following year, the U.S. Department of Justice charges a North Korean programmer named Park Jin-hyuk for his alleged role in multiple cyber operations, including WannaCry. In 2021, prosecutors identified 2 additional alleged members of the same group. None of them have ever been arrested. To investigators, WannaCry no longer looks like an ordinary ransomware operation. It looks like a cyber weapon that happened to demand a ransom, whether to generate revenue, to disguise its true purpose, or simply because its creators expected to profit from the chaos they unleashed. Whatever the original plan, the attack escaped into the world and became far larger than anyone could control. For a few months, Marcus Hutchins becomes an unlikely hero. The quiet 22-year-old who, almost by accident, helped stop one of the largest cyber attacks in history. Journalists interview him. Cybersecurity experts praise him. Around the world, he's celebrated as the researcher who found WannaCry's kill switch. Then, in August 2017, everything changes. Hutchins travels to Las Vegas for the DEF CON cybersecurity conference. As he's preparing to board his flight home, FBI agents arrest him at the airport. The charges have nothing to do with WannaCry. Instead, prosecutors accuse Hutchins of helping develop and distribute a completely different piece of malware years earlier, a banking Trojan known as Kronos, designed to steal online banking credentials from infected computers. The case shocks the cybersecurity community. The same technical skill that allowed Hutchins to help stop a global ransomware outbreak, prosecutors argue, had once been used to build malicious software. Hutchins spends nearly 2 years fighting the charges. Then, in 2019, he pleads guilty to 2 of the original 10 counts. The court sentences him to time already served, followed by 1 year of supervised release. No additional prison time. He returns home to the United Kingdom. Marcus Hutchins has never denied writing malware early in his career, but by the time the world learned his name, he had also helped stop one of the most destructive cyber attacks ever recorded. His story isn't one of a simple hero or a simple villain. It's both chapters, existing in the same life. Today, Eternal Blue still exists. Microsoft patched the vulnerability years ago, but patches only protect computers that are actually updated. And around the world, countless older systems remain exactly as they were. New variants of WannaCry, including versions without the original kill switch, still appear from time to time, searching for those same forgotten machines. The original attack may have ended. The vulnerability never truly disappeared. Because once a cyber weapon escapes into the wild, there is no way to call it back. For one Friday in May 2017, the world got lucky. The kill switch was found. The next one might not have one at all.